Okay, welcome. I know this is the second stream today, but I just want to do more stuff, and I didn't want to do it off stream. Which I might do some stuff off stream in the future, just so I don't be streaming all the time to work on this. But if we look here, I've made a few changes since the last stream, but like nothing like too major. So if we come into Minecraft Clone, if we come into this CS project, you can see I added it so you can just do the common .NET 9 SDK, which means we can build for Linux and technically Mac, but I do not want to be. I don't have a Mac, so I cannot build for Mac. Unfortunately, that's all that means. Okay, but just getting to the other stuff. It's just like it's little simple things. So in the level, all I did is I just changed the world width and depth, and I made it a constant int just so I can change it easier. I go to access it in other places. And then in Texture Atlas, I added the option to map, but it does not work. So if I change this to true in the constructor, it looks so. Does it work? Oh, yeah. So it works, right? But due to the how this mapping works, it starts bleeding into the other pixels when the map level is greater than 4. Which, that is not good. We do not want it to be mipping into other places. So you can see that when I'm really far away, everything starts getting transparent. The max mid-map level is usually 8, I believe. That's why I just get completely, well, pretty much almost transparent. But we're gonna keep mipping off for now. But that's just something I should add. So here, I should commit this. Add const variables for level size and option to mip atlas textures. Okay then. So let's see. So yeah. So what I want to do in this part on this stream, I want to add the player. So let's go to the level and add a new player class. Okay, and this will inherit from world object, I guess, because it has. Okay, now here's what I actually come in here. So here I'll add a. Oh, get out of here. So I'll add a. Let's see. I want to add. I'm coming here. I'm just going to be a cube shape, and then all this is going to have for now is a public vector 3 position. Oh, sorry. This should be min. Then we have max, and then all this is just the bounds for the all of our things, but we're not gonna be using it for now. Okay, so I will add cube shape to here. Cube shape. The shape. This is gonna be collision. There we go. Collision box, and I won't use it for now, as I did before. Okay, and now for the player, we're gonna want. And for now, the player is gonna be pretty much just a size of 0. But we need to make this an I updatable. Is this a thing? Yeah, I updatable. Okay. So now, what is this? Let's inherit the doc. Let's see what. Doc inherit. Here we go. This does not tell me what it does. Okay. I'll just ignore it for now then. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a private vector 3 velocity. Gonna have. That's actually it. I'm gonna make a private const float gravity though. And this will be how much we fall each frame or each second. So 9.8 sounds okay. We can change it later if we need. And then I'm gonna have a private const float. I don't want a max speed. I'm gonna add a jump power, which jump power should be lower than the gravity 5. That sounds alright. Okay, and then we're gonna have a private bool is grounded. It's just false. And I won't use it for now. What I want right now is just to make the player fall. Okay, and then actually I'll have the camera Minecraft instance. Or here's what I'll do. So we can with this stuff. Okay. I don't need this in here. Bring that back to the main Minecraft class. Like that. And this is going to be position. Oh, here's what I'll do actually. Yeah, for now it's going to be just a camera. The class though, so here's what I'll do. I'll put the camera to here. So we have public camera. This is our camera. Okay, position. It should be movement vector. Nothing but this should be velocity. And then we're gonna have float delta time is that. And then we're also gonna have private float movement speed, which I have set to 30 right now because of the free cam, but I'll lower it to 15 just because for for walking that's pretty fast. That's 60 meters per second. If you think about it, a single step is like 2 meters at most. No, sorry, 2 meters. That's way too much. I feel like you probably walk about 3 meters per second, so I think 15 is pretty, yeah, still pretty unreasonable, but it's fine. Okay, but then we're also gonna do here, velocity. We're gonna do gravity times delta time. Okay, that's it. And then all references of the camera in here will be references to our public I'll put the player in the level. That's what I'll do. So we have a public player. Then we create the player after. And then we're gonna want to add a little constructor to the player to initialize our camera, which, easy enough. Ooh, which without here is actually passing a position, and then position is position. That should be all good then. Okay, we're just gonna be doing here. I have float highest y equals 0. If y offset minus sea level plus sea level, and then we do a new vector 2 at world width divided by 2f times 16. Same thing there. Let's just spawn us in the middle of the world. This should be highest y plus, I don't know, 3 just to start. And let's see. Now we want to come here. Do level dot player dot camera mark dirty. And actually all of instances of camera are going to be changed to player camera. Does not support a format. Okay, we're not going to be drawing the player right now, but we will be updating the player. So, level player, then we update the player game time. There you go. Does it work? I hope it works. Of course, we start falling. And falling we are. Or am I growing up? Oh, I know why, because gravity should be a negative number. Okay, it was non-negative, so we're flying. There we go, yep. Okay, we are gracefully, rapidly collapsing. Uh, wait. Let's just change this to like 1. Maybe that would be better. Yeah, let's try this. I notice that it gets rapidly faster. Huh. Let's try not doing gravity. This should give us. Oh yeah. Oh, I know why. Because I'm also getting a rotation matrix. It's going to be get horizontal, which is going to have, instead of getting our pitch, it should be 0. That way, that should not be uppercase. That way we do not multiply our falling direction by our look direction, our look vector vertically. And we get the horizontal. Oh, get the horizontal matrix instead. And this should make it so we don't fall. Look, it's accelerating at a rapid rate. Yeah, let's debug delta time. It's 0.1. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh wait, it's running multiple times per second, I think. That's the issue. Because it's running update a lot. I think. Or here, let's reduce the frame rate to like that. And we have max elapsed time. Same. So we have 1 FPS. And you said the other way around. That works. Let's see. So each frame fall down by 35, which is not right. So let's go back to printing. So we do logger global. And what we do is log update to see how many times update appears in the console. Only once. I wonder why it does that then. Okay, let's bring this back to 1 millisecond. Practically infinite frame rate. Because it cannot be 0, and we learned that if we set this to microseconds, it gets way too high. Well, it gets way too laggy. For whatever reason. Current velocity here. And we're gonna actually reduce this to what? 30 FPS? I'll do 20 FPS. That should be good enough. Yeah, so it's negative 0.05. We start. So then let's bring it down to here. See if it changes at all. Okay, let's come here. We're gonna log the velocity. And now it's -1. Oh, I know why it happens, because we're normalizing our vector. Okay, which means I want to save the y velocity separately before we normalize the vector. We're gonna want to do it without the gravity then. Okay. So we're not gonna do this here. Okay, let me do this. Velocity times equals movement speed. Velocity dot y equals gravity times delta time. We multiply by delta time again. I think this actually technically make me fall abysmally slow. Oh wait, my y is at 3. That's not right at all. Maybe level. Instead of this, oh, that's why this should be sea level, not there's 3. And that doesn't make sense though. There we go. This is our world. That's not right. We're moving at millions of meters per second. Now why, oh why do I travel like that? We need a... Let's try this. Oh. Because they're practically... Let me stop setting the y value, and I want this to be equals, not plus equals. There we go. But what is the look vector do that? Can we get the view matrix, rotation matrix? Oh, because this should be horizontal rotation changed. I don't think calculating the matrix is that bad. So let's just, and we can see, so let's see. So right now our I guess the FPS is 20. So it's not that hard to calculate in the first place. Or even so, this should fix the rotation not fixing itself. There we go. And you can see how I don't move, I just... Let me fill the screen. There we go. So now we can walk through a world. I don't know why it does that. That's so weird. Okay, we're in the grass. We cannot jump. We cannot, collide with blocks, but we can move through the world normally, I guess. Was if we weren't flying? Okay, in spectator mode. Okay, this is a good sign. So now I think I can re-add falling to our player. Now we can... And I actually don't need to play everything by delta time right now because I'm not adding every frame. Wait. My position doesn't move. Oh, you know why? There we go. I'm always falling. Which is very slow and anticlimactic. And now change this to 10, which is the highest. I guess 3. So this should be the... Or it should be 4 because this is position of our head instead of the feet. Okay, so this is good. We're falling. Again, our gravity should be like 9.8. Now here's what we're gonna do instead of this, okay? We're gonna be doing velocity dot x equals 0. Velocity dot z equals 0. And here we're gonna have float gravity, or I guess y is equal to velocity dot y, and then we used to velocity dot y equals 0. Right, and then down here, we're doing everything. We're gonna be y plus equals that, and then velocity dot y is equal to y. And this should just make it so we accelerate as we fall. Yep. Move rapidly at that. I think we should change this back to 1. Because it's so fast now. That constant. There we go. So we fall at a rapid rate. Now we need to add box collision. It won't be real box collision. What I'll do is I'll check if the block do under us. Okay, it's gonna be that simple. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a vector 3 int position, and this is gonna be equal to position dot to chunk index. I think that's gonna work. And here's how this is gonna happen. We're gonna I wanted to like create it inside of, well, I guess because we don't own that function, do we? If we come to, or that class, so we come here, we can do vector 3 extension, which needs to be a static class. Do public static vector 3 int to chunk position, or to chunk chords. This vector 3 okay, so now we return new vector 3 int v divided by return v divided by 16. Can I resolve symbol v? Because it's new v. I don't want to return a new v. And I have in vector 3 int, we come here, I have an implicit cast. You get a vector 3 int from a vector 3. Okay. 2 chunk chords. Or I guess it should be chunk chords. And now we do, or no, because we want to get this. And then we do if Minecraft instance level drag a block pause minus new that to be an int out bar discarded. Okay, so if there's a block beneath us, what we're gonna do is grounded equals true, y equals 0. And then we're gonna do this if not is grounded. Okay, now this should technically be collision. There we go. So now I cannot fall immediately. Come back onto here. Okay. Then do I start falling? Ooh, I don't unset myself. Else is grounded is false. And now I should fall near off a cliff. There we go. But I cannot jump. And also I phase through the ground still. That's great. I need to go to the washroom, so I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. So I'm gonna add a jumping. Okay. Instead of setting y to 0 here, we're gonna do if we're grounded. Okay, y is gonna be y is gonna equal 0. And if that's down, if this is down, we're just gonna set y equals to jump power. So we're never gonna fly a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, we fly more than just a little bit. I wonder why that happens. Why do we... Oh, cause I guess these numbers are like inflated by crazy. Let's try half of that. Oh. Okay. Oh, 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 okay. So if I walk or jumping, I go faster. Which, I mean, I guess is normal. Kind of. Oh, I can still face through blocks. That's not good. Well, I guess it makes sense. Oh, how am I actually going to implement that? Let's think about it. Okay, well, one thing I want to do is I want to make positions be based off of the foot instead of, yeah, the head. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, yeah, plus 1. Okay, now this should be our offset. So we should always be a bit higher. Here we go. So this should make it so that our web position is where our foot is rather than where our head is. That makes any sense. Well, technically, it's actually like where the middle of the player is. Which is alright. I mean, I think it'd be better if it's the foot. Which for that, actually, what we can do is this. We do 0, 0. So we can just check if the position, if there's a block at our position. And if so, we don't do anything. But I think that's kind of stupid. Because, you know, you want to get the block that is... Well, no, because technically the blocks start from the bottom and go up. Right, like this corner down here is at 0, 0 in the mesh. This is at 1, 1. Which, does that tile properly? It does. Okay, so now we have a bit of a primitive player going. But I know like how to check if I'm inside of the cube. But I don't know how to check what side I'm hitting. So you need to check which side I'm closest to. Of course, at like low FPSs like this, that wouldn't work. Let's go back to 1,000 FPS as our cap, and we'll see how much higher our FPS is now. Okay, it didn't change at all. In fact, it might actually be a little bit higher. Is that which is... Oh, I know why that happens. Okay, that's that's really funny. I have Superman jumps. Okay, I could probably get out of this cave. I wonder why that happens though. Like, why am I all of a sudden so much stronger or so much like jumpier? Really? If I so right here, I'm fine. Obviously, there's still a block under me, but if I walk over the edge, There is the block. And the reason that happens right now because I faced through a block, which doesn't make sense. Okay, but this is all right because now I can fly. What happens if I jump off into the void? Okay, I just fall way too fast. Now let's see. Why does this happen? Am I figuring out multiply by delta time? Oh yeah, there we go. Comes delta time. Now I can't jump at all. Delta time is 0? Is that what's going on? Let's do logger, then we're gonna do the global log. We're gonna put y. Okay, y to string. That's with no form actually. So we're gonna do this. Oh, so I'm just never grounded. Oh, because I guess... So this will of course kill the frame rate again. But not a thing, but that's not right. Because we need to add these brackets, which is... I think it's better if I have these anyway. It's easier to modify the if statement. It's a very small number. Um... Hmm. Oh, I didn't finish writing to the buffer when I... To the console. I closed it. Why is it so low? You know what it probably is? I wasn't doing delta time. So if I make this 10, then this 5, so I'm just like multiplying everything by 10, that should work. Probably. Still logging a bunch. Okay, look, so it's super slow. If I change this to 20, does it fix itself? Or is it still horribly slow? It is a little faster, I notice. Does it change the fact that it's still horribly slow? I think I'm just gonna make it 10 times. Well, because I'm multiplying everything by right, I can have a elapsed time, target elapsed time of 0. It's still super slow. I think it needs to be times by 1,000 then. Be 1,500. And this should that should be the... There we go. And then any times everything. No, this is still way too slow. So we fall slowly, as you can see here. Oh, and then my jump power is like nothing. Speaking of which, my y coordinates are getting messed up. So why am I... Oh, you know what? Instead of this, is grounded equals that. Let's see. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Do you not want to work correctly? I think I just need to make jump a lot stronger. Let's try 5,000 jump. Ooh, so what I noticed that when I jump, I go up a lot. I think it's easily set to 0. Oh, you know why? Because I'm not setting... The granny needs to be false. So now if I set this back to 500... I said just jump now. No? What do you mean no? Logger, global, log, jump, and here's where we're gonna check. Okay, so let's put T there. Yeah, I don't want you in my way. Let's come back up here. Okay, so you can see here a bunch of T's, jump. Then why does our velocity get set to 0? So in here, I'm gonna add a new bit of text. Okay, so what this is gonna be velocity level player velocity. Then I'll come into here. Public. You're gonna just get velocity. But I guess it's getting set to 0. Oh, I need to lower it. 45. There you go. So my velocity is... And the Y is a lot smaller. If we jump... Look, so you can see how I go up a lot. And it's instantly set to 0. Oh, you know why? Because... There we go. Because I don't want to be multiplying delta time here. I want to multiply delta time when I'm adding it to our position. Because right now, what's happening is it's rapidly approaching 0. There we go. So now you can see everything works again, and I jump like a maniac. And also, what actually means I don't... Because... What's that? Because I defined I made everything should be 50 times higher. So that's... 25? 2.5 times 10, yeah. And this should be 250. No, it should not. It should be 50. Okay, it's a bit floaty. Let me decrease the jump power and then lower the gravity. So now it feels more floaty. But I think this is pretty cognizant to Minecraft. Then movement speed, we're gonna change this to like... Let's see what the Minecraft movement speed is. Minecraft movement speed walking. 4.317. That's the Minecraft moving speed. 4.317 f. This should give us the exact same. Oh, it's so slow. Yeah, but this is the Minecraft walking speed, I feel like. Maybe a little bit slower. Okay, it's great to know that we got this working, but I oh, I can't get out of the hole anymore if I get in there. I still phase through the blocks. Which, there's of course one thing I could do, and that's just push myself to the top of the block if I'm inside of it. But that's not what I want to do. I want to check. So here's actually what I'm going to do. We're going to come to our cube shape here. Public cube shape. Yeah. And then min, max, max. And then I guess I also want a position on this thing. Public vector 3 position. Vector 3 position. Oh, right, because we can't have... Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't have non-constant default parameter values. Which means you can't set it to a new instance of anything. So you can only have primitives with default values. Which kind of sucks, but that's the way it is. Position equals position. Now here's what we're gonna do. Okay. We're gonna do a public bool. I didn't know I could do that. We have a public bool intersects, and this can have a cube shape other. We'll just return. I don't want to return true. False. Okay, so now let's get our math on. So we need to check if these, let's get our adjusted positions, right? So oh well, I guess then sure, return true. Okay, and that just, well, that is not what I want to do. Here, let's see. What does this array stuff have? Position. So it's the origin and then the direction. Okay. Um. Okay, I have no clue. Well, so I need to check if it intersects on the X, Y, and Z. So I need to check. Okay, here's what I'm actually gonna do. So I need a vector 3 min adjusted. This equals min plus position max adjusted. Okay, I'll add this to the up here. So we're gonna have a public vector 3 world min, and this is gonna be this world max. Okay, simple enough, I believe. Now we're gonna do, you want the distance? Well, let's see. So we have a corner. Yeah, this should make sense. So to see if we intersect on the X, I'm gonna check bool intersects X, and this is gonna be equal to if other Wait, let's think about this. Yeah. So if the position, if this is greater than or equal to world max the x, so that means is if it's further right than the max, so I guess it should be if it's less than equal to world max dot x, right? And then if our other dot position dot, it should be greater than equal to world min x. Okay, then we want to check that for the other one too. So we're gonna have intersects x is going to or equal. We're gonna change these around, and this should be position. And this should also turn the other way around. So this should be greater than equals, less than equals. Why are you blue? I don't know why that's blue. Okay, and now we do the same thing with y and z. So for that, we're gonna come to here. X becomes y. And we replace all of these. Ooh, I did not think about that. World max. Then same thing with z. Except we're gonna watch what I'm replacing. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Here we go. This comes here. I just realized. Wait, so this should say world min, not world max. Okay, and then we do yeah, there we go. Now here's what we're gonna do for now. So come to block state. And we're gonna change this from being a primary constructor. Public block state this. Gonna move this. Okay, block's gonna be equal to block. And then collision box is going to be equal to cube shape pull, and we're gonna create this. This should be a get only property. A new cube shape minimum of vector 3 0 and a vector 3 1 1 1. That's what it should be. New vector 3 1 1 1. The position. Ooh. Oh. Vector 3.0. And then we're gonna have a protected cube shape collision box and oh. Wait, how is this gonna work? Because I need to have a position parameter in the constructor. That's what I need. Okay, so let me just add a public constructor to the world object. This is going to have vector3 position and then a cube shape for the shape. Position equals this collision box is equal to that. Okay. Block state, I'm going to need a position argument. A vector3 position. Okay, then this is going to be a base. Okay, position cube shape dot full. Right, and then here. No, yeah, no, this makes sense actually. If we come into world shape, collision box position is going to be your position. And well, for the player, what's wrong? Right. Do base. Okay, position. Do cube shape. So our minimum is 0. Oh, I guess I'd never. Oh yeah, no. So then our position is vector3 0. 1 2 1. It's never. So I suppose the Minecraft hitbox is not actually like this. It's a bit smaller. Here's what I'll do. I'll make myself a little bit. Nah, I won't. We can keep ourselves as a big chunky boy for now. So now what this moves on to is in our update, setting your position, collision box position was position. And remember, we do not want to set the position to be the camera position, because the camera position where our head is. Wow, the foot position, our position is where our foot is. Oh wait, -1. There we go. Or suppose instead of this, I can do a custom vector3 here. New. Okay, and then what this lets me do is 0.25f. So I can do -1 here. And then 0.25f. And then I could change this to be 0.25, 1, 0.25. Or 5. There you go. Now, all we're going to want to do is to check every single block around us, not all of the blocks. Okay, if we check every single block in the entire world, as soon as we have even just one chunk, we're going to be checking, 65,000 blocks a frame. That's way too many. So I think we can actually keep this. I won't keep it. I'll comment it out. Okay, now we're going to calculate. Which I should be doing collisions after I move, not before I move. Right. There we go. And then here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna comment this out for now. Sorry. And then, so we want to check both +1, -1 and under us. Here's what I do. For int x 0. Int for x less than 3, we're gonna, I guess, so we're gonna start at -1. Then, so long as x is less than 2, we're gonna increment x and do the loop. For int z equal to -1. And then we're gonna want to do the same thing starting at y1. We're gonna go down to -1. For int, or we can start at the bottom of y. Ooh, hold velocity y. No, okay. We're going to do if Minecraft instance level. Okay, from the level, if we can get a block at, let's get our int pause after we move at int pause plus a new vector3 int. Are you mad at me? Oh, because this is a vector3 int out block state block. And here's what we're gonna do. Okay, if oh I need to get what face is closest to, which direction is closest to, which might be a problem. You have 6 faces, and that's a lot of math I don't feel like doing. A lot of copy pasting as well. I think it's inevitable. Whatever for now. Calculate that in here. For now, I just do wow block intersects our collision box. Position.y. We're just gonna add a y position by 1. Is granted equals true. And then blocked position is gonna be our position. Okay, this is never do this. Okay, this is horrible, but just oh, 6 errors in level. Right. Need to get world positions then. New vector3, and this is going to be in y. Delete that. We're actually going to copy the end so I could go like this. There you go. Does it work? It works. What does it? We have infinite recursion somewhere. Oh, you know why? Because I need to make together instead. Oh. Int pause equals position. And we are frozen again. Need to figure out how to not do that. If I want. Let's see. Let me just not do this. Or instead of this being a while, just change the if for now. There we go. Okay, so by full screen to make it easier to see, and I do not fall. Okay. Okay. Cool. Changed. Oh, because you want to do it? I want to do is grounded. I want to set it to false before we check. There we go. Ooh, but I'm falling infinitely. Right, because I set my position to this. Right, so what I actually want this to do is it's going to equal block position dot y plus 1 instead. So that's not normal. Why does that happen? Wait, let's just think about it for a second though. Go to block position y plus 1. If I change this to just be equal to it. No, I still fly up into the air. Okay, what has happened? Let's do the collision box position y and see if that fixes it. Does not fix it. Why do we fling into the sky if we touch something? Maybe we log position. This is only when we touch a block, should be fine. To do this, have this in every update. So why does that happen? I noticed that it's conveniently 67, or not 67, 62. So I guess this needs to be 255 minus that. Okay, now we're above. We'll see. So I go up to 183. Is this 184? 180. Oh, you know why? It's because I'm setting the XYZ wrong when I create it. No, I'm not. So then why is that massively high? It's not like here when we create the block state. That's a logger global log position. This is a horrible idea. We're just gonna see. Okay, we're up to huh. That is not normal. You know, well, what's probably happening if we okay, let's stop because that's gonna get out of hand wildly quick. So I'm gonna go to my where I have all the logs saved. Which, let's see how massive it is actually. This is in local though. I'm going to be in roaming. Here, Minecraft logs. Most of them are not that big. Some of them are a couple hundred megabytes. Logs folder is 5 megabytes. Which is not that bad. Date modified. I'm going to go this way. Latest log. Ooh, the latest log is a megabyte. So do we these 21? What is wrong with this? Like, why does it not work? No, it could be because of this times 3 right here. Okay, I fixed it. Wonder how it worked before though. Whatever, we add 1. And we shouldn't fly into the abyss anymore. I'm still logging every single face I'm making. Every single block. Where's the log? Where's the logger? I have a level logger. Where is the logger? Where's the logger? I genuinely don't see it. Am I blinder than a bat? Fuck. Doing it like doing it in player then? There we go. Here's the global logger. No, I'm still logging. Logger. No one's using the global logger. Oh, so I'm logging in block state, that's right. The block state constructor. There we go. Okay, so now we're like an ant. We teleport up. Oh, how does Minecraft do it then? If that's how that happens. You can get like right up to a block. Here, what I should do is I should open Minecraft so we can see. Here we have, I'll just open the newest version. Give it a second. And give it a good old second. It's almost done. There we go. So we open the game. It's gonna take a second because this is the first time I'm opening up 26.2 ever. There we go. Open. It's opening.
Press enter to enable the narrator.
Okay. Let's go into a creative world. Which I noticed that my camera is inverted. Oh, which I'm so used to the camera I have in my game. So when I'm up to a block, let's see. So let's flip it. Minecraft, your collision box is actually kind of crazy. Well, I notice I'm drawing like a circle on everything as well. Okay, so you can see here that my collisions are not very accurate. Okay, but it is just like that. I'm gonna keep the game open just in case. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. So what is it for hitboxes? Ooh, that reloads texture packs. Pause, unlost, focus disabled. Profiling. K, J, H. The chunks. Cover location, clipboard. Client version info. There we go. Hitbox, FAB. Okay, if we look, it's. Did I actually get. By slash TP. Like negative 0, 5, 0. That puts me in the water. Oh, oh, that. Let's come here. Okay, so if we look, we go slash TP 1760 52. No, that's wrong. Here, what's over here? I need to make sure because it's negative. Never mind. This block is negative 103. I assure you. Because it's further back. It's at negative 13. Do 12.5. Oh, so it doesn't. Okay, so it teleports me to the middle of the block. Why do you tell me over there? Oh, because then I go up a block. There we go. So if we look, I am about 0.7, 0.8. It looks like. I take. Well, because I don't take. I would say like 0.6. That's how big I am. So I go from. Well, obviously, my bottom corner. So let's see. Let's go to our player. This is technically a correct hitbox. Okay, so if I want to be, this needs to be 0.2, and this needs to be point. Ooh, 0.8. That's what needs to be 0.8. Be +2. There we go. So our game's back to normal again. And we can see that our collision boxes, I think they're similar to Minecraft. Okay, now I need to make it so we don't fall. Also don't teleport to the top of the block. Instead we just get pushed out. As long as the stream going on for an hour and a half. It's almost 9, so I feel like if we reach 10 and it's still going, I'm gonna end the stream. But for now, we're not. And I'll keep it there. Okay, what I was gonna say is I was gonna move the face direction enum out of the face class, but it's fine if it's there. Okay, we're gonna get cube shape, and we're gonna base direction, intersection, direction, cube shape other. Let's see now. Get side cubes are intersecting. Mathematically. Can you present the axis? Here, let me add C sharp to the end. Oh wait, here's the thing I can do instead actually. Instead of doing all this junk, let me just bring it here, okay? So we're gonna do X and see if the X is you know what I mean. So the min should be less than the other dot max. And then which oh, because I guess vector 3s don't support that. Okay, we're gonna do worldmin.x should be less than equal to the other worldmax.x. Anything on the other way around, our worldmax should be greater than or equal to the worldmin.x. The other worldmin. And this should be an x. And something else. We just do this and then we delete. Which let me do this and it should auto align it for me. Okay. X Z and then we have X. Okay, so now we just go simply change. I'm trying to think about it. I can match case here. Match case, I change X to Y. And then to Z. Oh. There we go. Okay, that fixes it. This should be Y. Okay, that's a much better intersection algorithm than what I had before going. No, this is the best algorithm before. I guess that's fine. And then so now how do we get the side that was intersected? This is a very good question. Uh Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So we need to get. So we need to see the. This is exactly what I want to do. Okay, we need to get the intersection. So to see like the direction of the intersection, we need to get how much it's intersecting on each side. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do float. We have min x distance. Or I guess intersect. Does make sense? We want the distance. Yeah. So the distance between the x's is math. It's the absolute of that. Okay, and then we need a max x distance. And then we need this for also x, y, and z. Alright, so we can replace uppercase I or x specifically with something else. And then we can do this one more time down here. Y and then z. Replace. Okay. And now I need to check to see what it is. Ooh, this should all say min. This should not say min. It should be max. And speaking of which, this should be world max, not default. So let's just fix. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's change all of this and then change world min. Just like this. Yes, let's do this. So I need to check. Yeah, let's get here. There's something I just saw. Okay. So what do we do instead? Okay. We get a few floats. Floats. We have an overlap of the x equal to math the minimum of our worldmin.x and then the other dot worldmin.x. Oh, minus the max. It should be world max, not world min. Then you do this for y and z as well. X for y, replace all of this. And we change this to Z. Okay, and then here we do if overlap x if it's less than equal to 0. Okay. We'll just return front because that's the default value, and pretty much happens. What this means is that there is no intersection. And I don't want to add a. Okay, so I could also make it return in like a none phase, but I don't want to add that to the chunk generator stuff, so we're just gonna ignore it for now. Now we need to think. Oh, I guess no, none makes sense. Because if we have a face that should never be occluded, we just set it to none. Let's use that here. There we go. So we want to, instead of use the intersects, it's not computationally expensive. I think that's what the term for it. Sorry about that. So now define. We're gonna have 2D surface areas. The float x plane go to overlap y multiplied by overlap z, and that's not how it should be. Is that no? This should be y. There we go. Then we find the dominant plane, or the plane with the most intersection, or the biggest one, I guess. The x plane should be if it's greater than equal to the y plane, it's greater than equal to the z plane. I'm gonna just make all these other ones first, which thankfully the IntelliSense knows, but if it's none of these, we're gonna know the z plane, which this is not correct. There needs to be greater than, it's not less than. Okay, so now we need to find the center of okay, so we're gonna have float center x is equal to Rollman. I don't know what it's talking about. Oh, so what we're gonna do is Roman.x plus Rollman Max.x, and we don't need to divide by float other center x, just that. Okay, and then turn if center x is greater than other center X, we do the left, although else on the right side, which I'm pretty sure my face directions are messed up, so matter. And now we're gonna do this on the Y plane. Okay, so we're gonna place all of the X's here for Y's. Simple enough. And then it's the bottom, else it's the top. And then same thing here. We copy the. I don't want to change everything again. So I guess these can not be ifs, not be else ifs, and that's the wrong character. Right here, X for Z. Simple. And then back, front. Anyways, I do have left and right mixed up, I believe, which isn't great. But we're gonna leave it like this for now anyway. Actually, in player, what I want to do. Okay, we're gonna change y'all to 180. Just because the position works. Let's see this. There we go. So now we. Well, I guess I spawn in the middle of the world, don't I? So it doesn't really matter. And yeah, so teleport. So we can just keep this to 0. But now, in here, I should probably move this all to one class, the collision. Okay, like check for collision or whatever, like in an entity class. I should add an entity class, and it checks for collision. And has gravity and stuff. Okay. If so, our direction. Collision direction is equal to collision box collision direction with our collision box, and then actually do this here. And instead of doing this with extra computational power, we could do collision direction not equal to null. Or here's what I can do. We can switch the direction. Case if it's none, we continue. Okay, so if it's the top, we do position not y is going to be equal to block position dot y plus 2. Continue. Nope. Continue. Oh wait, here's what I'm actually gonna do. In world object, set collision box first in the constructor. Get position, just because we need to, if it's not an auto property, then it doesn't work. Okay. Which is annoying, but C# has always worked. And then we're gonna change this to be like this. Change equals value, collision box position is equal to the value. Or actually, instead of this, collision box dot position. Unexpected token. No. This is unexpected. I guess it doesn't need that. There we go. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. That is not good. That's not good. Okay. We're not doing this then. Collision box position equal to position. Which means we just need to remember to set a position. Okay, after every single time. Okay, for the bottom. -1. That should be fine. And here we're going to do is grounded is true. This is the only one we want to do. Change to being grounded. So now for the right direction. The X would be this side. So if we're touching the right, we want to go to the other side. This on the left. +1. We do not want to make it grounded. Which that's fine. Ooh, right now I have a problem where we're always colliding. Okay, plus collision box max X minus the max X. Plus this should be a double minus. Should be min. Okay. Now for the back. Continue. And then for the front. I'm really let's look through what it's doing. Maybe that's okay. No, because if it's at the front, back has a Z of 1, right? So when we add it, it actually be minus 1 plus 1 plus that. Wait, excuse me. What are we doing? Z. 1 minus or min y. Okay. When I touch it, so oh, that's not good. So when I touch the front, oh, I mean it technically works, but as you can see, I'm already inside of it by the time. So look, I'm constantly moving a little bit every frame. Oh, and I'm falling to the void. Okay, that's not good. Also, I think I said to say that I need to swap this around. Left, right. Yeah, so now I'm in the bottom of the world. Oh, well, no, I'm not. Okay, so I'm phasing through blocks when I hit them. That. Oh, and now I'm in. Okay, so my collisions are clearly very wrong. Okay. Whoa, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm getting tired. It's late in the night. I think it's pretty obvious that the collisions are gonna be working today. And that's okay, we can continue it tomorrow. But I'm gonna need to figure out how we're doing this collisions thing because it is not looking good at all. But yeah, that's all for this stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow.